Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be me trying to fix this skin that I did back in 2018, and I distinctly remember it was 2018. It was like in December because it was Christmas when I thought I was going to work on this, and I remember my dad commenting on it because he was over at my house. So I decided to go back to this picture to fix this skin because I had two whips in this book where I didn't like the skin, and one of them I have rectified as best as I can from 2018, and you'll see that in the completed pages video for April. But it's from this book, which is like Kung Fu something or another. I don't know, but I got it from AliExpress, and that's where I ordered it from. And it's by Mao, I believe. Oh my gosh, I just knocked over this daggone pot with my pens in it. Why? I don't understand. Okay, there we go. I think it's too top heavy. It's too many things in there. It's not stable. Anyway, we're going to try to work on his skin, and you know, it's really nothing wrong with it, but because I have been learning and trying to get better at my skill level for adding shading and stuff, I just want to add a little bit of shading like around his eyes and like his face a bit more and whatnot, his lips and stuff. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and hopefully this does not go bottoms up and I'm able to fix it a little better. But I do remember all the colors that I used. I used Prismacolor, and I used my light peach nectar, henna, white, and probably espresso a little bit, because that's usually the colors that I've gravitated toward while doing this type of tone of skin. But as I'm growing, I'm using different colors, so I do have those colors out to use, along with I've added a couple more colors just to see what I can come up with and how this is going to turn out. I do not know. Hopefully good. So let's just go ahead and get started. Enough of my yapping. I'm hoping he's not too washed out, because I do have another light on right here. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it is too much. I got a new lamp, y'all. I'm fancy now. I tried to get a better lamp because my lighting situation was terrible, so I actually have a nice desk lamp now. But maybe it's too much, I'm thinking, because his face has a glare on it. But yeah, if I turn the lamp off, is that better? No, that is horrid. Let's turn that back on. Okay, so we're just gonna have to work with his face being a bit glary, but that's totally fine, I guess. So what I'm going to do is take peach, and I'm going to use peach to figure out kind of map out where I want the shadows to be before I come in with the darker color. So the first thing that I really want to improve upon, let me just try to move the page, I don't know. First thing I really want to improve upon is like his eye socket area. So I'm just going to take my peach, and I'm not going to make harsh lines. I'm just going to go ahead and lightly add like where I probably would want it to be a bit darker at. So I did experiment, like I said, and I went ahead and did a picture in here from 2018 like this, and I really liked how it came out. So I'm hoping to get some good results for this one, and I just want to add a bit more shadow and stuff because I feel like that is lacking from when I originally did it. So I'm just going to take my peach, and I'm just going to go where I feel like, and let me maybe zoom in a bit more. I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see much of a difference, simply because like these colors all blend and whatnot, but the more I'm going to be able to build up and layer, hopefully it'll make a difference. And because I don't color really hard and I don't burnish, I'm able to get more layers on top of these layers that are already here, and that's really important. I think when you do skin, it's not to press hard, because you always want to be able to add. It's easier to do that than take away. So I'm just going over his eye because I really want his eye to have a bit of dimension to it, and I'm just going to go over it lightly. I'm going to fix his ear and whatnot. I'm gonna try to stop saying fix, because it's nothing wrong with him if this is how I wanted him to look for his final result. However, I want to do a little more. I want to be extra today. We're going to be extra and get a little bit of his face done. So what I'm doing is I'm going around where his cheek is. So I'm making this kind of more round a bit. And again, you probably can't tell squat because these colors are pretty much all the same, but I'm using peach wisely instead of a darker color first, because I can really map out how I want it to look instead of going in straight away with my colors that I want to use for shadow. So I pretty much want to do that for his cheek. And his forehead is like really in shadow, especially probably like right here more so. And then this will be the light side. So I'm going to come over here now, I think, and do a little, I'm not concerned about the hair because I'll fix it. But I want to come over here and do a little more. Like, I'm not going to draw in the lip because my drawing skills are not the best. But I plan on working on my drawing skills here in the momento because I've been looking at drawing videos and stuff, and I really want to start drawing simply because I love drawing since I was a kid. I love to draw, and I'm like, why am I not drawing anymore? I don't know. So let's change that. So I've been looking at videos about it first before I start to do stuff, and of course they want you to start off drawing basic shapes and stuff, but I'm like, yeah, that doesn't interest me. I don't want to draw basic shapes. So but I'm gonna have to, so I'm gonna get to it here in a mo. But I'm just darkening this side of his face because to me it'll be more in shadow, and when I originally did this picture I put it, but I didn't really build upon it. So I want to build upon it. And we're going to do the eye, and I'm really not putting hard pressure, but I'm making sure that I'm putting more than one layer so I can really see. Like, if you can see the difference already from just doing the peach. So at least I'm hoping you can see. So by his eye right here, I'm definitely going to put shadow, but what I don't want to do is create a harsh line for his nose because noses don't have that. What I'm learning is never a harsh line. So I just want to make sure that I'm putting this shadow. I'm gonna darken this part up. So I hope, you know, it's not too bright for y'all, but I'm sorry if it is. I will hold up the page and whatnot so you can see better here and there. But yeah, I just thought that I would pop on and show me trying to fix it. Well, build upon it, I'll say. Better choice of words. Build upon what I had already done in the past. So I'm just going to do like, I don't want him to have like woman cheeks, but I want the shadow to be there. So on his nose right here, I want it to be, and I really enjoy coloring skin, and for my picture that I built upon already from the first one that I did, I had to go back and look through some pictures all the way back in like 2018, and I saw even in 2018 I had started to say that I like to color skin, which is so funny, and I really have developed enjoyment for it now, more so than I did back then, because it's really fun learning it and putting like the shadows and stuff. And I really like to try to figure out shadows on the face at this particular time in my coloring journey for some reason. I don't know why, but I do right now, and it's kind of fun for me. So yeah, we are just going to throw this peach in here everywhere that I feel like I want to put it more. Okay, so let me hold it up. I don't know, geez, this is terrible. Let me zoom out. I don't know if you can tell that much of a difference from when we started, but that's how it's looking. I don't know why I made it so dark. Okay, that's probably better. So you can kind of see where I put it. So now, since we did the peach, what I'm going to do is not knock down my pencils. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out of my colors, like, do I want to go ahead and go in with my espresso now? And I think I do. So I'm going to do is come in with my espresso. And my pencil rolled under the page. How? Okay. So I'm going to use espresso now. And what I'm going to do is do the shadows darker on this side. And put a little bit more shadow like where I think I would like it to be. So let us see. Maybe I'm definitely going to start like up here because this is the easiest. Because it's his forehead. So I'm not pressing hard. I'm barely touching the paper doing this to put this shadow because I don't want it to be too dark and like overpower everything. Plus I have to come in here with more colors. So I don't want it to be too dark, but I do want more shadow, so I am trying to see what I can build upon, because I do have quite a bit of wax already built up from when I originally colored this, and that did present a problem in the picture that I worked on earlier this month, but I still tried to make it work to the best of my ability. And I wanted to layer a little bit more, but it wouldn't let me, but you know, I did as best as I could. So what I'm doing here for the eye is I'm going to add a bit of shadow up here, and I'm going to put a little bit like around his eye socket, I guess. Not too much. I don't want to be crazy with it, but I want it to be present. So I'm just going to do that. And already, if you can see, I feel like that makes a difference. And for his ear, I did not do enough. So I'm just going to go ahead. And if you notice, I'm holding my pencil all the way back, because that way you're able to do like really, really light pressure, because you have less control over the pencil. So it kind of helps you not be as heavy-handed. So I'm just going to try to fix his ear right here. And if I'm not like super loud and whatnot, because it's like 2 in the morning and I took a nap earlier today and I could not go to sleep, but I have not been able to sleep very well for months now, so it really doesn't matter. So I'm up randomly looking crazy while normal sane humans are sleeping. So I'm just going to add shadow over here. Let's see. I'm barely touching the paper because I don't want to make it super dark. And if you hear my fan in the background, sorry, not sorry. Those of you who know me, y'all know I keep my fan on year round. Because I don't like to be hot in any capacity. I'd rather be cold than be hot any day. Like any day. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see what I can do with this eyeball. This is just me experimenting. Like, that's what's fun about skin too, because you just play around and you just see what you can come up with. And if you mess it up, I mean, it's just paper. I mean, yeah, you may not be able to get a second copy of the image. That's why you can, you know, maybe perhaps scan it into your computer and make another copy for practice. But you know, me, I'm fearless sometimes. I feel like when I just don't care, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna try it. Who cares? It's just paper. And if I mess up, I learn from it. You know, I'm not going to be hard on myself about it and whatnot, because you gotta learn, you know. And it's no better way for me personally to learn than by doing stuff and experimenting on my own. And yes, I use some people and how they do, like Sammy. When I first started doing skin, I really heavily relied on her beginning skin tutorial videos, because it really helped me to figure out how to approach it. And then once I figured out how to approach it, you pretty much can go take the training wheels off and go ride your bike on your own and play around and figure out what you can do. And then that's the fun part for me. So that's what I've done in my coloring journey, and I encourage everyone else to do it. So here is a bit of a problem. It's kind of messing up a bit, and I guess it's just the wax buildup, but I think as I blend it out, it probably will not matter. And I'm sorry I got the sniffles, because like I said, I was cold a little bit earlier, which y'all know I don't mind being cold, but I really got chilly, so I put my hoodie on and kind of got the sniffles, because it's like in the 60 degrees Fahrenheit here. And I love, this is my weather. Like anything in the 60s, I'm all for it. I don't like 70s, 80s, 90s. Really, if I could have 50s, that would be great all the time. But unfortunately, I live somewhere where there's continental weather, so I get weather according to the season appropriate. Anyway, yeah, I said all that to say is I may sniffle here and there. Because it's a bit chilly at 2 in the morning in April. Alright, so I'm just going under his chin. And I don't want to do this too much because I pretty much put a good amount of wax on here the first time I did it, and I don't want to get like a crazy situation going on where I would not be able to finish coloring it. Okay, so I didn't want to put too much shading on this side of the face simply because this is technically where I want my light coming from. Not that I'm an expert in that by any means, but I'm trying to learn. So I'm going to put under his lip, you know, a little bit of shadow. Maybe like a little bit right here. Super light. I'm not going to go heavy. But yeah, I'm just doing this just to show you like how I would approach trying to add a bit more shading and whatnot in an old picture where I have done skin before. Alright, so that's his lip. So now I am going to come over here to his eye, and I just want to see because my tripod clamp is covering up my time. Where am I? Oh, I'm at 16 minutes. Okay, I just want to make sure when I get to 20 minutes I have to stop because my phone will cut me off and then start a new part. So over here, it can be really dark. I really don't care. I'm just going to go ahead and make it really dark. Not saying that there wouldn't be light over here, but it's not going to be as much as like that's over there on his other side of the face. Okay, so let us see. Let me do right here. And I'm just lightly, barely touching the paper coming out. And let's see. I want to make this darker a lot over here, and I probably add a shadow because of this hair. So how I would do this is maybe it's not like super flat to his face, so I'm not going to put the shadow right against this hair. I'm going to kind of drop it away from it a little bit. So I'll start by it, and then I will just do like one of these, and then maybe make it a little thicker and like taper it off so it looks like it's not flat to his face. It's kind of like sticking off his face. I don't know, that's just what I feel like doing. So I'm gonna do it. And then under his eye right here, I'm gonna go ahead and add a shadow, and then like this whole side of his face. So let me make sure my time. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to hold my pencil all the way back here, and then I'm just going to start to shade his nice face over here. And I don't want to be too heavy because I don't want to screw anything up. So I would rather do a couple of layers really, really light than do a really dark layer just to start with. Because ain't no coming back from that if you start really, really heavy. So this will just take a couple layers over here, and so I'm just going to blend it out when I get more toward the center. Say sorry if y'all heard my dog bark. I don't know what he's doing. What in the world? He was asleep with my mom. I'm like, why are you up barking? I think I heard him bark. I may be wrong. Normal people are sleeping right now. Go to sleep. Okay. So this kind of looks a bit funny simply because I have the wax built up, and it kind of like gave me this little effect right here that I don't like. But hopefully when I come in with the other colors, I can smooth out these little parts that I don't like. Now this did happen on my other image because again, I'm working on top of the wax that I already did, and I already did like a bunch of layers when I did this the first time, just like on my other picture. So I anticipated this. I just want to be able to try to work with it. So I just want to make this darker and bring this out a bit more of the shadow. Because I feel like it should be darker. Okay. So I'm going to stop and then start another part. 2 seconds. Okay. So the nose. Let's do under the nose right here. Super light. I mean, this I don't know if this is meant to be the inside of his nose. I don't think that's the inside because we're not looking like up. This should be like, I mean, maybe this is. I don't know. I'm just going to make it dark just because it's right here. I don't think that that's meant to be inside his nose, because if so, he has a weird triangular nose. I mean, maybe he does. Some people have that nose. But I'm just going to do this. So, I'm just going to darken this part over here. And then, like, I'm barely touching the paper with this shadow that I'm making for this part. And we shall see what this is going to look like. And I'm just going to barely touch the paper over here to do that. So, I don't know. We'll see when we add these layers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see. So, alright, so let me maybe do this part like this. I don't know. Like I said, this is me winging it. Don't know. Alright, and over here, I really want, like, to be super light, so I'm really going to hold my pencil like all the way back here, and I don't care about covering up his hair. I can fix that later if I so choose, which I will. And I'm just going to really lightly try to do this kind of shadow going right here. Just so that I know what I'm looking for. I mean, I barely touched the paper, so let me make it a little darker with more layers. Okay. So I think this can be dark. Like, in my mind, I think it can be dark right there. Honestly, like, this whole part can be darker. But right here, I want it to lighten up, so that's probably why I'm, like, not really trying to interfere too much with that part. But this whole part, like, is really dark over here because he has his face turned away. And it would be more so in shadow, I believe. So I'm thinking what other color I probably could bring in here. I want to say like sepia. So let me try it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I just want to try it. So let's see. I think that's what color I used when I fixed my other couple in this book, when I fixed their skin, but I'm not sure. So let me sharpen my pencil a bit because I need a little tiny tad bit sharper than its current state. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to take sepia, and the reason I'm using sepia is because it's like a brownie gray, and because I'm doing this skin, I feel like it'll match. I may be wrong. Who knows? I don't know. So I'm just going to come in here and use a bit of sepia just to see like what I can do. So this is me using a light pressure. My sepia is kind of tiny, so that's why it looks like, you know, I'm holding it, but I'm barely touching the paper when I'm putting this down. And I'm just playing around, so let me do this. I feel like this will be a fun shadow. So, about his lip. So I'm going to bring it down and do this little fun thing going on. So I'm keeping a lip shape. I'm not drawing a lip, but I'm not going to draw the lip because if I just shade it, it's keeping it soft and it's not harsh line, because I'm not good at drawing lips. I'm not going to say I can't draw. Everyone can draw. It's just you practicing the skill. But, you know, my drawing skills aren't the best, so I'm not about to venture into that territory right now. I'm trying to make a lip. So I'm just gonna keep on layering this good old sepia. See what's gonna happen. But I decided to record it because I make mistakes all the time. And every time I do stuff, it definitely does not come out perfect. A lot of times it's because I made a mistake and I've had to figure out a quick recovery or something. And it's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes the best things come out of making mistakes, I find, for myself personally. I don't know about anyone else. But seriously, when I legit think I screw stuff up past recognition, I find a way to work around it. And I'm like, oh man, this was fun. So don't be scared is my point. You know, just do it. Who cares? Who cares? Okay, so I am just playing around, putting this down. So I am going to come in here with other colors, but I just want his face to be dark over there. And because I don't want an uneven, too crazy looking face, I'm just going to go ahead and put some sepia lightly where I put the espresso, because you might think layering erases colors out. Like, you put down sepia, so you think, okay, now when I come in here with more espresso or I come in here with more peach, you're not going to see it. But it's not true, because when you layer, you're enhancing all the colors. Like, you're enhancing each color with another color, so it doesn't erase things, it just enhances everything. And you know, that's fun because you can see how the colors all work together and they make up different things, and it's fun. Same way as if you mixed paint, you know. So not that I'm an expert, I'm no expert, I'm a hobby colorist. But I'm just saying, like, things that I've noticed and I've learned, I'm just sharing, I guess. So I do not want a harsh line right here. We're going to leave that because that's turning into a harsh line because of the wax. But I'm just going to go ahead and come over here. As you can see, like, when I touch my pencil, I'm barely touching the paper. I'm not even pressing, really. So, okay. So this is what he's looking like right now. I really want to get this nose together with more shadows. I am going to take sepia and I'm just going to see what I can do for this nose. Okay, so I'm at 7 minutes. That's fine. Alright, so I don't want a harsh line, but I really want, like, some shading over here. But I'm leaving that one little light spot, if you can see it, like. And I don't want a harsh line, so I'm lightly doing this. Lightly. And sorry if my glasses are in the way. I find that sometimes in my videos, my glasses are in the way on my side of my face. And it's because, like, I really get close up on my pictures when I'm coloring. I'm not kidding, y'all. When I tell you that I do that. Like, I'm trying to get in the damn picture myself. That's how it feels half the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay. So if you've checked this out, you made it so far, thanks. Appreciate it, because I know this can be boring. So, alright, cool beans. Okay, so if you can see him now, this is what he's looking like. So I'm just going to go about my colors and try to smooth this out a bit more. So what I'm going to do is take peach again, and we are just going to see what we can see. So let me zoom out. First of all, that's in. Let me come out a bit. Alright, so make sure y'all can see. So the problem is I have my phone in this tripod a weird way, so I can't see the time I'm at, and then I can't see the middle of my page, which is so odd, but okay. Here is peach. So I'm lightly, I had to make sure that was peach. Y'all thought I grabbed the wrong pencil. Okay. Lightly coming over everything with peach, and just making sure that I can blend it in. And I'm leaving my little light spot right here because that's where I want my light at, right here. And yeah, I'm just going to add lightly. Like, you probably barely can tell I'm even touching the paper because I'm barely touching the paper. But I want to add more nectar, see what I can come up with. I want to add like some beige sienna or some other random color that I grabbed out. I just play around. I really honestly do. And I think that you should do that if you're trying skin. Just make a practice sheet or something. Or just color pages that you don't really care about with skin on it. And just see what you can come up with. Just grab some colors. It could be purple skin. You know, it doesn't matter. As long as you like grab some colors that you have a shadow and a light and a mid-tone or whatever. And you can just play with it. Plus, I look up pictures on Pinterest a lot. Like, I look up pictures of people in different lighting and stuff, and I try to figure out, like, well, now, I'm not going to say I used to do that in the past, but now I do that the past couple of months or so. I've been really looking at that just to see, like, how they look and whatnot. So when I color, I can be like, oh, okay, I want to try and do this skin or whatnot. So that's just what I do. Alright, so we are just going to put this peach in here. And I don't know if I did his ear. We're just going to go over it because I don't remember. That's why I can't do the body part separate. Like, do the face all, finish the face, then do the arm. I can't do that because then my skin will be uneven. So I like to, if I'm coloring a whole body, I like to do each layer on each part. But that's just how I operate because Amberly, if y'all not subscribed to her, she does amazing skin. And she does it like section by section. And I'm like, girl, how? How do you do this? I don't know because I can't do it that way. It would be an uneven mess. Alright, so I know I'm not going to be able to super layer like as if this started out white. And I'm not trying to push it, but, you know, I'm trying to get what I can get in there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is take Nectar. And this is Nectar. And I'm going to go over everything because this is a color that I used when I originally did his skin. Coming up on 2 years ago now, which is crazy to think. And I'm just going to lightly try to incorporate this even in my little shadow area. So my little shadow area, you know, he's going to need some help because I did try to put more pencil on top of what I had going. So we're going to see how much better or worse this is going to turn out to be. I think it'll turn out for us better though. I'm not really worried. I'm going to rock with it either way, so. Just adding it in. His ear looks stupid gray. It looks gray to me, but it'll be fine. What I should have done when I first originally did this picture, well, I could have left it lighter since the light is supposed to be on this side of his face. However, his hair is like there, so it could be like it's shadowy. I don't know. Alright, so I kinda think I'm done with this color. Okay, cool beans. Alright, so I'm going to take Parma Violet and I'm just going to try and see if I can add a bit in there. I don't know because I don't want to press hard if it's going to show up. I think I need to press a little harder than what I'm doing though, if I want it to be noticeable. So over here I know for sure it'll show up because it's lighter over here. Somewhat. Put a little bit like down here. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. Let's do... Now, I grabbed out... This is Deco Peach. I grabbed this out. I don't know. I want to just throw that in there because I think it's a nice color for skin. I used it on a picture not too long ago, I think, for skin. And I was like, ooh, this is pretty. So I'm actually pressing a bit harder with this color. Simply because I'm trying to make sure it's present because it is a nice skin tone, I think, for this type. I mean, it's a nice color for this skin tone. But I'm not burnishing, but I'm making sure that I'm trying to incorporate it. So I'm gonna go over his lips because I don't want his lips white. That'll be weird. I just have not put any color. I want them to be like natural, but I don't want them to look white. So gotta put some color in those lips. Alright, so let's get to the neck. Go ahead, color all over the neck area. So this poor side over here, it just has like so much going on because I wanted it to be shadow and I had to work with the wax already there, but I really wanted it to be darker. So there we go with that. Alright, so I want to leave this light part of his nose, so that's why I'm not like really trying to change that too much either. Make sure I don't have any of the dark part on my pencil. Alright. And let's see, I actually got out beige too, but I don't think I'm going to use beige. Maybe. Let's see. I was just like, it's like the Barney bag, and you just use whatever you pull out the bag. Sure, this is what I pulled out my pencil case. This is what I feel like I want to use everywhere. I just grabbed a bunch of colors that I thought would probably help elevate this skin, I guess it would be the proper word, but I'm not even entirely sure anymore. I'm just playing around, so. But I do like beige. I've used it recently in the skin, and I was like, ooh, so it's so many colors that I just want to keep playing around with to do skin. So if y'all just see a bunch of skin videos, sorry not sorry, because that's just me playing around. But I did recently do an ebony skin. Now it's not super ebony like I wanted it to be, but it's good enough. It's decent, I guess. And I'm thinking about filming that part, so I probably will just because I want to film it, and then you can watch if you want. You can not watch if you don't want to watch. I don't know, but I think skin videos, seeing how everyone approaches skin differently, I think they're helpful. So this, I went a little too dark right here with this daggone Parma Violet, so I don't know if I want to erase this or what, because it like left a line. But you know what, I'm going to keep it because I'm going to do what I did in my other picture, and I'm going to show y'all what that was in 2 shakes. Let me get my peach out, my light peach. So this is light peach. What time are we at? 18 minutes? I think I should be good. I should hurry up though, because I can't make this too long, unfortunately, because I could sit here for like another 30-40 minutes playing around with this. Okay, so I'm going to take peach, right? And well, this is light peach, my apologies. And I'm just going to take light peach, and I'm really like not burnishing, but I'm using a heavier pressure because it is a lighter color, and I'm using it to blend all of my colors together. I'm going to have to come in here and fix his lip a bit more. It's not very lively. He has dead lips apparently, because they don't have much color to them. Alright, so okay, yeah, I gotta kind of pick up the pace a bit. So let's see. Alright, so I'm just taking my light peach and I'm going everywhere with it. And I know this was my lightest color that I used when I originally did his skin, so that's why I'm being liberal with it, just making sure that I incorporate it. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all what I did in my other picture. So I did a scar because it was like a war picture, and I'm like, he's a battle-hardened person, so I made him have a bit of a scar. So this is Nectar, And you know, scars are flesh colored for the most part, right? So I take nectar, then I take my espresso, and what I do with the espresso, I don't know if y'all can see, let me see if that's better for you to see. And when I take my espresso, the thing that I do is make little lines like he had stitches before. But what's going to happen is I also am going to take peach, which is here, and go over it a bit. And it kind of really helps it look like fleshy. And then go back to nectar and just go over it a little bit more and see how it kind of takes out such of the shadow. But you want the shadow because then it makes it look like, you know, it's there. I'm really thinking I need henna, so let me get henna out because I know I used that when I did this skin originally, and henna will help it have a bit more life to it because it's like a red. So move y'all out the way. So let me take henna and put some henna in here. Why not? Skin has many colors. It's not just one flat color. It can be if you want it to be, but and the nose a bit more henna-y, if that's a thing. And let's just go ahead. Well, I want to put it all over the face, but I want it light because you don't want too much henna because henna is red and it's strong and it'll overpower things. But you can use like other colors to knock it back, like peach and light peach, and keep layering and yada yada. But right now, this is what I'm gonna do. So let me see where I am in the camera. I'm just holding my pencil at different angles because I have crap right here in the front of me. I have my gouache and my markers in front of me right here, and I don't want to hit them. Okay. So this is pretty much as best I can do with his skin right now with the layering situation and whatnot. So yes, I would like to layer more if I had my choice. However, all good things must come to an end. And this is the end for you, my friend, with your face. So, why am I talking to him? I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyway. Yep. We're just gonna put this henna in here. And, because it kind of is like blood flow. Like his skin has blood flow with the henna. It's not just dead on his face. This is not Face Off. Whoever seen Face Off? Remember that movie with like John Travolta and I forgot who else, Nicolas Cage, and they wore each other faces or something. One was a detective, one was a criminal. I don't know. I seen that crap when I was little. I haven't seen it as an adult, but I kind of want to watch it again because it was, I think, a good movie. Anywho, back to henna. Okay, so this is as best as I'm going to get, I think, with my face and the wax being nice still before it turns into a no. So, yeah. And I hope you can see the transformation that it did. I can, and I'm pretty happy with knowing coming into it how I knew about me not being able to layer to my full potential. I think it's okay. So, sorry if this was boring, not sorry, but I just thought I would film it and show my process. So his lips are just like too pale for me. I'm gonna get, what's this, nectar? Just gonna do like a little lip situation going on, because for some reason Dada Mouth does not draw lips for real. I don't know why, like, she gives you a guideline, like, hey, here are lips if you want to put some in there. But she doesn't draw them all the way. But I love her art style, so I'm going to shut up because, you know. Alright, I'm just coming under his non-lip and putting shadow because it will have shadow. And I'm doing this too. So even though we layered a bunch, look how I can still get into some places. And I'm just going to soften this out because it's too dark. And so under here. So again, I can still sit here and play around like I told y'all. Like I really can. But I'm trying to like not be so long because my phone's memory and whatnot. And no one wants to watch a 35-hour skin video. I exaggerate, but, you know, just saying it will be long. Okay. This is a Deco Peach, by the way, I'm doing this with. So, pretty much, that's going to be him. Let me see. I'm going to take light peach a little bit more. To, like, blend out the henna. And then we'll be done, I swear. So. Well, I want to add white a little bit. And then we'll be done. To see, like, what all difference I made on him. So, when I do Mr. over here, it'll probably look so different because he won't have, like, these little wax buildups on him simply because, you know, he was not colored. But this is white, by the way. I mean, you know, you live and you learn. So, when I finally finish it, I'm just going to have to disregard my little wax buildup problems. Because that will bug me, but once the complete picture is done, I feel like I won't fuss about it too much. So, I'm just going over with white, like, making sure that where I have some of the highlights that they really show up, I guess. I don't know. And smooth some stuff out. Okay, so let us zoom out. And this will be him now. So the difference, I can really tell it's the difference. I would love to work on his nose more, but right now I'm going to leave him, and this is the after effect of me playing around trying to darken, shade, whatever, improve upon, fix, whatever, the skin that I had done 2 years ago. So, hopefully this was enjoyable, not too boring, I don't know. And if it helps you, it helps you. And I'll see y'all in my next